Anyway, unpopular opinion. Jules, the guest, was not given the full time to speak her experiences, lessons, and opinions, and that's the reason why I clicked on this segment. She was spoken over, and I feel she fought to be heard. But all in all, good.
All in all, you look ugly, but all in all,
not bad.
All in all, not bad.
I appreciate that feedback. I think like 2 or 3 people said that. So did you feel that when we were shooting
I thought like we worked so hard.
Talked about it.
We had talked about it before.
Like, stop talking.
Do
Lydia.
not talk.
Don't talk.
Yeah,
shut
I
up.
think you said 3 words.
I was barely even talking in the episode. Hi guys, Murugi Munyi here.
It's Lydia KM.
And we're back again with another episode of
The Messy In Between.
It's definitely TMI. It's definitely TMI. How are you, babe?
Tired.
Fucking tired. And it's 12 p.m. and you just feel like I'm actually done. I'm actually done. Yeah. What were you doing last night to result in your tiredness today? Let's unpack.
I slept well.
I see. And it was like you slept so well that you just woke up feeling I need to stay asleep.
To stay more asleep.
I get that. That's all you were doing?
Yeah, that's what I did.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
What were you up to, sweetheart?
Oh, I was doing like so much. Yeah, I was watching series and just enjoying myself.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad.
Good.
Let me just plug a series now, like Love After Lockup.
Those are all these reality series you like watching.
Let me tell you, sweetie pie.
Like it's people who have been to jail.
No. So it's like it's someone like one of the parties was in jail, right? And then they come out, like, so they've had a relationship. Some people like 4 years, 6 years, then they come out, and then now the adjustment. Oh my God, reality TV God. I don't know what we did to deserve it.
Is it that interesting?
Oh my God, Joanne.
Okay, the thumbnail looks really nice. When I saw it, I was like, that looks really interesting. But I'm like, sometimes these things lie to you. It's just like, it looks interesting.
Joanne, please try it for me.
Okay, fine. I'll try it.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's on Netflix.
It is on Netflix.
Okay, fine. It's on Netflix for anyone who wants to catch it.
Yeah. Hi guys. Welcome to another episode of The Message. That felt so weird to start it like that.
I know.
To start all over the place. Welcome to another episode of The Messy In Between podcast, TMI Podcast KE. Thank you so much for being here, guys. It's a new year and you started the year with us and we appreciate you. If this is the first time you've ever watched TMI or listened to TMI, Karibu Sana.
Asante.
Yeah,
Karibu.
You are 2023 new in-betweener. We appreciate you so much, guys. Before we start, guys, please, the gift of subscription by this time should have already started. It's 2023. You didn't gift us for Christmas.
Please,
you didn't gift us for Christmas. Gift us
and
for 2023.
And our birthday is coming up soon. So
right?
early Christmas, early birthday gift to us.
It would be great.
Please,
subscribe, please, or follow us if you're listening to any of the podcast platform. That plus button over there is your friend. Please do. You can also follow us on social media. Lydia KM, Murugi Munyi, and TMI Podcast KE.
Everywhere, literally TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, wherever.
Everywhere.
Just follow
TMI
us
Podcast
on TMI Podcast KE.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about January so far?
So far, so wonderful. My year is going fantastic.
It's going great.
It's going great.
It's going fantastic.
Yeah.
I feel like the vibe for 2023 is like last year I just felt like a lot of hustle.
Yeah.
This year I feel like it's going to be more hustle, but like more easing into the hustle.
Yeah.
Kind of.
I think because it was like, I think a lot of things last year for you were like maybe like up, like for a while, maybe like
uphill starting.
Now you can gently start like rolling the snowball down.
Yeah,
okay. I feel like it might be the other way around. I feel like this year for me is
starting,
snowball. There's so many things I want to start. So I expect it's like breaks here and there, but mostly absolutely going
We are here to support you.
Thank you so much.
And we can't wait to see all that you have in store. Also, guys, today we are kind of matching. We are both wearing jeans, even though different colored jeans. I'm wearing a top from Wild by Marugi, my brand. She's wearing a top from her collaboration with Tuli, which is basically her own design and creation.
Love it.
Wow. Look at us.
I'm wearing my shoes are wild as well. My earrings are wild. I just go in and out. I feel like I'm always in something that's wild. And I was telling Joe, I'm so proud that she's got a store that I love so much. By the way, I spend way too much money on there. Somebody was just like, oh, it's so nice that she gives you stuff. I was like, give?
Excuse me.
Not an earring. Not an earring. Every cent.
This year we'll consider sending you some PR. Maybe a couple of studs or something.
Oh, please. This is this one. But yeah, I love that you have something that I love so much.
Thank you
it's
so
my
much.
I'm getting lazy.
Yeah,
I just automatically go to wild. I'm not even looking
because
anymore.
then you get something cute and you get to support me. I mean, win-win.
Yeah,
exactly.
I love
if you have not shopped a Wild by Murugi yet, this year, let it be the year.
Let it be the year, guys. You love it. The stuff is amazing.
Now, for today's episode, guys, the last time we did an episode like this, it garnered quite a bit of reaction, both from you guys and from us, being like, what? That bitch! How dare you? So we did a segment which was called An Inbetweener Once Said. Lydia is the one who came up with that name. So cute. I love it so much. And it's basically where we go back through like all our comments and just be able to see like what you guys are saying about our episodes, feedback that you guys are giving us about different things that we are talking about or about us specifically, or about production, about literally anything. It's basically like our own individual roast of ourselves. Although some of them, but some of them are positive. Some of them are neutral, some of them are negative.
Yeah, I mean, and some of them are actually about the topic more than like us people, individually.
But just to say that we appreciate anyone who leaves a comment, even if you are a troll. You have added engagement. You've added engagement there, and you know what? If that's the best that you could do, we'll take it. We'll take it. So we love everyone who engages with us. If you leave a comment, anyone who likes and shares, or even if you DM us on Instagram, because some people don't like commenting like on YouTube, or even if you're listening on a podcast platform and you send us feedback on like social media or whatever, we really appreciate you guys.
We do.
We try our best to look through as many comments as possible, comments
and your
as
suggestions on episodes or what we could do better, or sometimes just complimenting us and complimenting especially our production. By the way, you guys have really loved you loved the production last year, and we love it. We appreciate you guys for giving us the feedback.
Do you feel like you take comments on TMI seriouser than you do on your own page, like as Lydia KM, or more seriously on yours?
I feel like I take it more seriously on TMI because TMI feels like a shared platform. You know, on my page, it's just like, first of all, I don't know what it is. My page feels more like me, just me, but TMI feels like it's like the world.
I know.
I don't know how to explain it. Also, none of us have a YouTube channel, so it's like the YouTube aspect is there that we don't really have on our others. It's just different.
Me, I feel like with TMI, I feel like I don't chukua things like so serious because on TMI, I feel like I'm a very unfiltered version of myself. There are things I talk about on TMI and a way I speak that I don't on my own platform. So I'm just like, take everything, take anything. And then if you say something, I mean, okay, fine. Then now we just move. So I'm just like, I mean, I don't know. But I love reading the comments on TMI because I'm just like, these are not necessarily people who might have known me as Yummy Mommy or you from before. It's like just a fresh view, which is why I love the comments on TMI.
I feel like that's another reason why I take it with more weight, because it's like, it's not, you're not here for me, Lydia, specifically. It's like TMI. So maybe that's why.
All right, so let's read through all the comments. We have we have screenshotted a few, and they're from many different kinds of videos. So we'll try to reference the video we are referring to. But some of them are pretty general, so you can be able to, just understand. You want to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay. You go first then.
I'll go first. So this one was from the breakup episode, what a breakup taught me with Jules. On this episode, I got dragged, as in by my wig, right? And it was really interesting because, okay, I'll just read this comment. So this one is Maria divulgement. Wow. I don't know. Okay, anyway, so Maria is saying Lydia is well informed but has false perspective of things. I think she fails to differentiate between reality and perception. She strives to be perfect, forgetting that we are human. That is why she is unable to express herself when it comes to her breakup, because she is tiptoeing around it. I think this is just my opinion. Jules is so relatable, and really she is not afraid to admit that she felt this and she felt that. Murugi is the real gem. She doesn't shy about anything, and I love her so much for that. So on this episode, that was one comment. There was another comment.
There were millions
of comments. Lydia is unrealistic. She's preachy. She's like a motivational speaker. I mean, going great. I looked back through that episode and I couldn't spot exactly what I said that was so unrealistic or so off the cuff, something I've never said before. It was really interesting. Anyway, some of those comments really got to me because I was like, I feel like I have shared this process in as authentic of a way as I possibly could be.
By this process, she means her
my
breakup.
breakup. I was like,
yes.
Oh yeah, that breakup.
Yeah,
as authentically as I possibly could be. So it felt like I don't know where the disconnection came from, how I was expressing myself to what you guys reached. Number one, it's not unrealistic if it's something that I'm actually living, right? So for example, in that episode, I made a comment that when Jules was talking about being lonely, I was like, loneliness is something I don't feel often, right? I've been alone, but it's rare that I feel lonely because number one, of like my family and my friends and the way I'm connected. And that day when I did feel lonely, I did actually go and do a meditation so that I can, a meditation that was about loneliness. And what it did is like it helped you connect to where else have you ever felt lonely? So that happened. And when it came to my breakup, I didn't want to do anything like how I've always done it before. So I was literally creating something that I've never done before. So I had to be not realistic, right? And it's funny that I was relatable. I was, like the episodes which we had done, a Q&A episode about, and I mentioned my breakup. I was so relatable when I was in pain. I was so relatable when I was going through it. But when I was out of it, I wasn't relatable. And I don't understand that.
This is what we've established is I think misery loves company. Lots of people are going through difficult situations. Lots of people are struggling to heal from a breakup. So when they see also somebody who is like a celeb going through it, it's just like, oh my God, yeah, we are so sorry, Lydia. But you coming to say 3 months later that, oh, by the way, I've healed and now I'm okay. And I've been doing meditation and therapy and this workshop and whatnot. Guys are like, wait, we were still healing. I thought we were still, and to me, that's what makes I in my view, is what makes it difficult for someone who is still going through the pain to imagine like what's so special about you that you can have gone through this for such a short time and now you're happy and now everything is okay and now it's like you've now left us. You found us here in the pain and you've left us in the pain. That's what I think. Yeah.
And then there was also the comment about tiptoeing. Number one, there were some private things I just was not going to share. I wasn't going to discuss my relationship or my breakup in the way that I know what people wanted, which is just like he did this and he did that, or I did this and I did. I didn't want to go into the details because the details honestly don't matter. If like we are done, then we are done. So one of my intentions about that breakup was to protect the integrity of what we had, not because of him, but because of myself. If I was part of it, I wanted to protect that integrity. So there's a way I had to formulate what I was saying so that I don't go into detail. If genuinely you don't relate to me, I feel like that's okay. By the way, I don't relate to everyone either, but the cruelty, the nastiness, the hate felt like there was something behind it because if it's like, oh, me, I don't relate to Lydia, that's okay. That's a valid comment. I do not relate to you.
But saying that now you're
my
fake,
my perspective
you're
is my perspective is false. I don't know the difference between reality, and I don't get that. And when I spoke actually in the episode, I spoke about myself. I didn't say what you needed to do. I didn't say what anybody else should be doing. I said what I was doing and how I was viewing things, you know? So yeah, they got to me for a while, and then I saw this comment that said something like, those who are interested in creating a new world aren't realistic. The first person who did anything did something that no one had ever done it. So I guess there was a comment also about the same thing, which was saying that the things that you talk about are easier said than done. And I'm like, what isn't easier said than done? I say I want to build a multi-million-dollar business. That's easier said than done. You say you want to be happy and be in a happy, wholesome, loving relationship. And
that's easier said than done.
In love.
Exactly, and it's fine.
And it's true.
Then there's someone who had said that she strives too much to be a perfectionist. She needs to loosen up. You've loosened up. Where's that gotten you? You're loose. Where's that gotten you? And it's so I'm not trying to
guess what? I really am a person who strives to be better. Exactly. I don't know. I don't know what to do.
Striving to be better.
And I will strive to be better in my content creation. God knows how much I still bother Joe even now about growing as a content creator. I just don't. I'm not interested in sitting and being the same. I'm always striving to be better. But any expression of how I felt was my reality.
Yeah. And I also feel like you were saying something before we started shooting about how when you who is going through a breakup, you're with your breakup 24/7. You're sitting in your breakup, so you alone know how painful that is. But with Lydia, because you guys don't live with her, you only see 10% of her life. You only saw this little part. It literally, actually, from the outside, felt like you were struggling for this much. Now you're okay. And I see how you guys can see it that way. But the rest of us who are here, wiping her tears, okay, trying to smooth her edges back after she has rubbed them off in anguish and pain. We know that she went through a lot. And so sometimes it's like you need to also give grace to other people to go through their experiences the way they are going through them. Just because it's not the way you went through it doesn't invalidate what Lydia has been going through. So
there is also a comment about like I sound like a motivational speaker. By the way, guys, I've sounded like this since I was a child. You know, when I was small, people used to my friends used to call me like Oprah, just because somebody asked me something simple, and I'll just be like, so you see now the depth, you know, that's just how I am. So basically, if you don't like me, just say it. If you don't like me, just say it. It's okay.
Exactly. But anyway, thank you all for your feedback. After dragging people through the mud. Anyway, thanks so much. We appreciate the feedback. I appreciate the feedback. Okay, so there's someone else who sent a comment. She's called Aquaba. She said, "Good day, ladies. A reason why I admire you and wish you well is you're not afraid to allow another woman to shine. You're intentional about celebrating other people who should have been seen as a competitor." I found that interesting. Who should have been seen as a competitor. I have watched how others introduce you on their programs. Murugi and Lydia forever, TMI forever. And I thought that was so interesting because this is something that
this was pertaining
Jules and also pertaining each other, I suppose. Because you know, I'm always telling you how I get comments about like, oh, how do you feel about Lydia getting into like fashion because of her collab with Tuli? Or how do you feel about like Lydia, even when you got to 100k followers, someone DM'd me and was like, are you afraid that she might get to the 300k that you're at? And I'm like, afraid?
Are you fearful?
Am I fearful?
Are you fearful?
Yeah, and I feel like this is just society has made women feel like there are only two spots at the top for two people. And so if someone else makes it, you can't have made it. Or if you make it, there's no room for anyone else. But I would love for our story to be an example to other people that not everyone is your competition. In fact, if anything, these are the people, the ones who are next to you. In fact, if the people around you are not rising as well, there's something wrong with that friendship. There's something wrong with that. If I was here and Lydia is just down here and forever we're just always at that dynamic, there's something wrong. Because the whole point is for us to all rise together because we are all stronger together. Plus, Lydia and I have TMI together. It does not benefit me in any way if Lydia is below me or if Lydia is not succeeding in her career because then it's our brand together that makes it. So how would I benefit?
Let me also make this point because I feel like there's a thing that's seen, I guess, from some people in you from the outside looking in, as far as me being Joe's competitor. I feel like drugs, guys, right? So when I came into this content creation space, and actually as a content creator, Joe to me is a mentor. She's a mentor, and that's just how I see it because I strive to be as great as she is. I strive to do business the way that she does. I see it like I am learning from her. So any idea of competition is a dream, and anything good happens to you, I think it's because people see us as Lydia KM and Murugi Munyi, the brand. But really, this is Joe. This is one of my best friends. This is one of my best friends, and anything that happens to her, like anything positive, it's just like, this is the most amazing thing ever. The way you would with your friend.
Exactly.
Literally like that. I think because we met like in this space, people don't really see our friendship like a normal friendship. It's odd.
And for me, it's like the more you've grown and like now, especially like this year when we go on this campaign together, it's like it's so exciting for me. It's like almost like we're unlocking a new level of our friendship. It's just like we're able to do things together, we are succeeding together, we're making money together. It feels amazing. And here's another thing that no one made a comment about this, but people have made a comment about this to Lydia many times. Anytime Lydia does something, there's someone in her DMs asking her, how does Joe feel about this? What does Joe have to say about this?
It's the like strangest thing.
It's like I'm Lydia's mom.
Murugi has 3 kids already, guys. She doesn't
I
need
don't
a
need
4th.
a
Also,
fourth
I have a
kid.
mom. I don't need another one.
Exactly.
I think it's fair because to a certain degree, it's just like maybe if I do something that, like now when I moved in with my ex, and people are just like, what does Joe think about? Because it's something which she was like really just completely against. Like I can get that, but every step I take is just like, what does Joe think about it? What does your friend think about your braids? What do you think about your friends wearing a black coat? It's just weird.
Yeah.
It's not like, that's just not how our dynamic is. But to a certain degree, sometimes I see why, because people don't see us as just friends.
Yeah.
But guys, it doesn't exist. And as far as other people being our competition, there are so, let's say like now, like Jews, so many, the people who came before us in any space, we really see it like, oh my God, look what they're doing. That's amazing. I don't think it's ever felt like a competition. I feel like even like now, I guess we're competitors as far as TMI, right? And over 25, whatever. I'm assuming
they're not
so.
a podcast even.
Yeah,
I guess.
I would say it's like we are more collaborators than competitors with other people or other creators.
Crazy. And I hope for 2023, I'm just hoping for you guys an abundance mentality. Even if my clothing brand becomes huge in Kenya, there's no way I can clothe every single woman in Nairobi or every single woman in Kenya. It is possible for me to have an amazing clothing brand, for her to have an amazing clothing brand, for you to have an amazing clothing brand. It doesn't mean that we're in competition. I mean, technically we're in competition because you're all in the same space, but you can collaborate, you can learn from other people. I love seeing what Shop New Level is doing on Nancy Moy, what Icon is doing. And for me, even though technically they're competitors, for me it just shows me that's where I can get to. I can also get to 3 stores. I can also move to a bigger space. I can also have this amazing website. It's not necessarily just like, oh my God, okay, she's doing this. Even me, just wait and see what I'll do. Come on, let's have abundance.
You don't compete with other people. This is unrealistic.
You are unrealistic.
You're not relatable anymore. To end that, I would say what other people are doing is not your competition. It's evidence of what's possible. So when you see someone doing it, it can be done. So can I.
Exactly. Let's go in
let's
that direction.
be those people. This next one is,
Let me give you one. Okay, fine. So this one is on the episode that we shot with Jules, which I think by the time we're watching this was our last collaboration of 2022. So someone said unpopular opinion. More on that later, because I think people call everything an unpopular opinion, even if it's not really. Anyway, unpopular opinion. Jules, the guest, was not given the full time to speak her experiences, lessons, and opinions, and that's the reason why I clicked on this segment. She was spoken over, and I feel she fought to be heard. But all in all, good.
All in all, you look ugly, but all in all,
not bad.
All in all, not bad.
I appreciate that feedback. I think like 2 or 3 people said that. So did you feel that when we were shooting
I felt like we worked so hard.
Talked about it.
We had talked about it before.
Like, stop talking,
Do
Lydia.
not talk.
Don't talk.
Yeah,
Shut
I
up.
think you said 3 words.
I was barely even talking in the episode.
I didn't feel that at all. In fact, I feel like we gave her ample time to. But if a couple more people said it, then we might have done it.
And can I tell you guys, this is why, even though you guys are always calling for more collabs, this is why we struggle to get collabs, because Lydia and I just talk a lot. And when I have a burning point, I'm not going to die with the fire. The fire will not burn me up. I will speak those words. So it's like when we talk a lot, we can seem overwhelming to someone who maybe is not at the same burning passion speaking level as us. And so for us, even when we're trying to find a guest, it's so hard because you're like, you can't have a quiet person. You can't have someone who has few words. We need someone who is like us, which is really hard to find, by the way. It's actually quite hard to find. But thank you for that feedback.
It's true. And we do work really hard. You know, me and Jules, we have like a ping pong. We just know how to do it. So when a guest comes, it's that interrupted. So we have to be so intentional
about shutting the fuck up. Also, keep in mind that you see, when a guest comes, they are one person. Us, we are 2 people. So it can seem like we are really
overwhelming
like
them.
We're defending
We're
ourselves.
Totally defending that. But I feel like if 3 people said it, then that might have been the case. So we'll do our best to give way more space to our guests.
Exactly.
All right. So this is Flourish. This is from the episode of what my father taught, or what I learned from my father. I learned many things from my dad, but one thing I learned is that men can be very hands-on with with their children if they want to. My dad was very intentional when it came to us kids. He bathed us. He helped us find our socks in the morning when we couldn't find them, took us to all our doctor's appointments. He would come home early from work, earlier than my mom, to make sure that we have bathed and had our evening tea. My dad was goals for me. The way my dad paid attention to my needs was off the charts. I thought that was a really beautiful comment, because a lot of those are just like, I learned nothing from my dad. Nothing. What I learned from my dad is what not to be, so I wanted to highlight a really a really good one. Yeah, I loved that.
I loved the episodes that we did on toxic family members, on moms, on dads, and whatnot, because people had so much to share.
Yeah.
On that point about dads, there's a content creator on Instagram who was having a conversation about how inappropriate it is for people who are traumatized by their fathers or their parents to come on social media and, from what the words that they used, shame them or like call them out or shout them out. And I found that conversation so intriguing because I was like, okay, I can see where you're coming from in terms of like what happened in the past. I don't know, to these people who are contributing to that conversation. It's like it's in the past, and it's really not honoring to your parents for you to come online and start talking about, oh, my dad beat me, my dad raped me, my dad did this and this and this. Although I felt differently, because I felt personally like we were targeted. I know they didn't say our names, but I felt like we were being targeted because I felt like we are very vocal about the kind of relationship we've had with our dads and the struggles they have had with not drug abuse, but like addiction and whatnot. And I mean, what do you think about that?
I mean, I obviously fundamentally disagree. As far as not being able to voice your own personal experience, I do know that it's a bit uneven. That I have a voice, I have a platform, whereas let's say if it's my dad or whatever, he doesn't have one. Right? Number one, I don't think we share detail. We don't know share detail. If we did,
we'd have been
it would be different. I feel like the way we talk about it is like, I have a strained relationship with my dad. I have a complicated relationship with my dad. Like, this is what may have happened. And it's very, like, we try to be vague because the details might be a bit like kind of dragging-ish, right? Yeah. But me expressing that I have a difficult relationship with my dad, I definitely get to have space to express that, because it's just a fact. Yeah. And because we have come so far from, honor your mother and father, which you definitely absolutely should do. But that being the way is like, we are not holding our parents accountable. We are not allowed to say that they did anything. That's what we came from. So being in a place where people are able to voice that, because if you're not able to be vulnerable to share to share something, it's difficult to heal it. So the more people are sharing, then the better, right? Yeah. I remember when the Me Too movement was happening, some of like the negative comments were things like, now they're trying to make it seem like, everyone has been through this experience. But I feel like people are allowed to deal with their pain and express their pain the way that however they want to. Yep. And creating an environment, a world where it's okay to do that. It's okay to say that. It's far more important to me than this trying to shield I guess my parents or whatever for what they did or whatever. And as far as even especially with our dads, I feel like we are very appreciative of the fact that we understand that hurt people, and maybe our parents didn't get the tools to be able to deal with things the way that the best way possible, and then that's what led to this. But please share. I
also say please share. And I think for us, I think we've especially on TMI, I think we've been pretty balanced. Like, it has never just been like, he's a horrible person, he gave nothing.
We even did an episode of what I learned from
exactly. So even doing that episode, it was just like, yes, obviously he had his faults and whatnot, but we did learn some things from them, and there were good times. So I think we've tried to have a bit of a balanced view. But me, I would say if anyone has been through anything, you can share it wherever you want, however you want, and nobody should police that. My view.
From that one.
Building on to what has been said.
Right. Fita Njiru is saying, Lydia, you also have a toxic woke behavior. Oh my goodness. Ooh. Good luck getting a Kenyan man who will bow down to your wokeness, but I understand your daddy issues. However, do you pay for his birthdays and other things to guilt trip him, or to wash down your hate towards him in the eyes of the society? Wow, this culture. Well, for me, It's either you're in or out. But if you reach out for help, just help and move on. We all don't have rosy daddy stories, and I personally can write a book, but I tried to see where he was coming from and how he grew up. We are so entitled to their life without trying to see how they give it. Yummy. Mami Morugi, surely after your dad took you to all the best schools, you come here to call him toxic, huh? Okay, let's give our parents some respect, especially if they have been there for us and provided for us to be where we are now. Most of our parents come from a very different generation. It's us to forgive/respect them and try to not be like them. I agree with you on cousins.
Thank you. You agree with us on cousins? Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Wow, that is loaded. And you know what? For me, this is
like... Where do we go?
Where do we begin? Okay, so I think there are many times... Sometimes people just pick the things that they want to complain about and only focus on those. I think there are many times that I have mentioned about being appreciative of all the things that my dad did for us when we were growing up. He was financially present. He was sometimes physically present. He was not emotionally present. And there are times that we have mentioned that. And I feel like even in the context of a relationship, this whole thing of that, at least this person did the bare minimum, you should fall at their feet and be grateful, and you shouldn't speak about anything else. I think I have never been anything less than respectful or honorable to my parents personally. But remember, when you guys are judging Lydia's situation of are you going to the birthday to prove whatever, you're not judging Lydia's relationship with her father. You're judging what the 10% that you have seen of what Lydia has posted about the relationship with her father. So even for me, you don't have details of the in-betweens, the day-to-day conversations, the what happened with your dad last week or whatever. People don't know, you guys don't know that part of the story. We literally share this time. And this is the reason why people don't like sharing things on social media.
Getting dragged by the edges. By the edges. So first of all, I have no idea. First of all, it's like, what happened? Like, why is my behavior woke? My toxic...
How is it
what happened? What did I even say? That made it toxic work behavior? And then now being like, good luck finding a Kenyan man who can bow down to my wokeness. I mean, guys, when you express yourself in a hateful way, it speaks volumes about who you are more than what you're even expressing yourself about. So number one, I don't know why I need to spend money, my hard-earned money, so that later on I can guilt trip him for what?
Into doing what? She's a grown woman now.
And I think in that episode, I had said, like, because I've drawn boundaries, I'm thinking about loosening those boundaries so that I can celebrate him for his birthday, because that would be an amazing thing to do. But alas, it's because so I can guilt him. Absolutely no. And anything that I do for someone, including my dad, it's given wholeheartedly. I don't even care if you're going to say thank you, because I'm doing it because I personally want to do it myself. Update. I did do a birthday party for my dad, and I actually ended up going. So, and I said I would decide how I feel about going when I get there. So that it was a Sunday, I went to church. I just prayed on it, and I just felt like afterwards I should go. And I went. It was calm. I was able to just contain myself in my body, and he had a fantastic time, and he really, really appreciated it. So how I'm dealing with my own personal boundaries, or how I'm dealing with my relationship, is mine to do. If you want to deal with it that way, then absolutely do it that way. But it's okay for me to do it the way I want to do it. That's one of the things I feel like we should really express a bit more. Even when we speak, how I'm doing something doesn't have to be the way you're doing it. Exactly. And I can respect it as the same way I ought to have myself.
I also feel like the whole concept of like, let's honor our parents, let's respect them. I feel like there's a time where that was interpreted to be never talk back to your parents, never set boundaries with them, never tell them when they have hurt you or ask for them to apologize. So such that now when anyone does anything, which is just like the way I would with a normal human being, if you as Lydia do something wrong with me, I'll be like, hey, you hurt me, and I'd appreciate if you apologize. But you say that to your parents, why are you disrespecting them? Why are you dishonoring them?
I feel like it's archaic.
It's very archaic. That's what I mean. Honestly, I feel like also there's a way that you can comment about the things that we talk about or the things that we express, because I know right now it's coming across like we're just defending everything, and you guys just like, but you guys are doing this. We're like, no, but we are not. You can comment about something without you pointing at Lydia and telling her, good luck getting a man who's going to bow down to your wokeness.
What even is that
that's
about?
unkind, actually. That is actually unkind.
There's a way, like, especially when you're disagreeing, you guys guys, we show you that we disagree and nobody needs to be called a bitch.
Yeah.
You know? So can we learn? Can we practice
try?
articulating ourselves from a perspective of what you feel without dragging somebody else? Yeah.
Where? Lord.
Jesus. God.
It's just a law. Yeah. Anyway, so we got a comment from a lady called Kabura Mbugwa, and she said, I'm glad that the first friend Murugi considered doing the podcast with turned her down, because what you have now is a match made in heaven. You two complement each other so well. Also, to be a little petty, I wonder how that friend feels now, seeing how far the podcast has gone.
Yeah. But, I mean, Murugi was doing another podcast, not TMI. Yeah. So
it wasn't really, it didn't have a name then. It was just like it was just another podcast. But how I imagine she feels, I feel to some extent that she probably feels grateful that she isn't part of this success right now, because that was what she didn't want to begin with. She didn't want to be forward facing. She didn't want the eyes of the world on her. She didn't want the celebrity status and whatnot. Plus, if I had done it with her, I don't think we would be here. We would have gotten to where we've gotten to, because we've gotten to where we've gotten to because of the magic of the two of us. And the magic of the two of us would not be there if it was me and anyone else. Yeah. So I don't even know if she watches the podcast. I don't know if she knows anything about all these things, but I'm pretty sure she doesn't give a shit.
Yeah. Yeah. But I'm glad, if especially because she pulled out, like, I feel like it's okay. Whatever happened after the fact, it wasn't like, maybe, I don't know, you guys, I don't know. It was her choice. I did feel awkward initially, like in the beginning. I did feel really awkward about it. Like when we...
Did you?
Yeah. When we started, because you guys were still friends.
Yeah, we were still friends. So that we are no longer friends.
Yeah, that I know I felt a bit awkward about that, because I know that's what you guys were supposed to do. But yeah, I think she's fine. Yeah.
I mean, she's gotta be.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
I think it's fine.
So this is Ruth Mboya. This is from the episode about what I learned from my mom. Through my mom, I knew I would not want to get married early. She basically immersed herself fully and deeply into marriage and parenthood. She basically woke up and found out that her years of youth years had gone by. All she had done is be a mother and a wife, and also care about other children that were not even hers. She woke up at past 40. She once told me, if I was educated, I would not rush into marriage, and if I knew better, I would have had 2 children and not 5. Through her experiences, I learned not to feel the pressure of getting married and having kids. I thought that was a really interesting comment to learn from my mom, because usually people, the lessons you learn from my mom are more like nurturing, or even like to how to be a wife and how to be a mother, more than to not rush about that, to not rush. I feel like that's something I learned from my mom. I'm turning 32 in March, and my mom was divorced at 32
with 2 kids.
Lord. So my mom's whole motto has always been like, patiently do it so that you can do it once, and you can do it for a long time, and maybe you don't obviously I can't guarantee that I'm not going to be divorced or anything like that, but she felt like, be in a position where you know yourself, you know more, to choose a better partner because of what we've experienced.
Yeah. I wonder if the longer you go, then the less likely you are to be able to actually get there, because I feel like as you get older, because you know yourself more and more, it's like the pool that is available to you is smaller and smaller.
Definitely.
But I guess it's smaller and smaller in the right direction. It's like now you know, it's like exactly what kind of person you would want.
But let me tell you this, because the more you, first of all, in every relationship you learn what you want, what you don't want. So then it's like you slowly start molding what you know is best for you. So of course it gets more specific and more specific as you go. So of course now it's like the vision in my mind about what I want is far more specific than it was when I was 25, which is just like, alive, cute, sweet, all these other stuff.
Done.
Check. Yeah, so it definitely gets like smaller and smaller. Yeah,
which I guess it's a positive thing, but I guess it could get more frustrating. Like dating could get more frustrating.
Yeah,
either more frustrating or like more, I don't know, because you'll interact with a lot of people, and then now it'll seem like, oh, okay, fine, no one is good enough. Your standards are too high, and that's when they start telling you, oh, lower your standards. You know what? Okay, stop looking for 6'2". Maybe just accept 5'5".
Yeah. So let me be a bit unrealistic again. I've always thought like, see, I'll find someone.
I know.
I don't know.
I think this is the privilege of being beautiful.
You keep saying that.
The privilege of being, even me, by the way, I never had a doubt in my mind. I'm like, I know I'm going to get a hot, rich man.
Yeah, I just feel like I'm going to get someone. I don't know. I just have that faith. And I guess even the way my process of life kind of has gone so far, it's kind of like, okay, you're with this person. If you break up, you break up. And then, I don't know, you're single for a while. Then this person comes. I mean, it just feels like it just comes that way. But I do expect, because of how self-aware I am now and the way I'm dating with a bit more intention, it's definitely going to be more of like I don't know if it's diligent. Is that a good word to use? I don't know, but more intentional. Definitely more intentional. So I guess it is going to be less. It's going to be less likely I'm going to find so many of the person that I'm looking for.
And you've already been told, good luck getting a Kenyan man to bow to your wokeness. Who told you she wants a Kenyan man? Yeah. First of all,
why is the bowing as well?
Why the bowing? But I find it interesting that you said that, because the other day you were saying, what if marriage and kids is not in the books for you? What if you never intended to get married or to have kids?
And I was saying that out of like genuinely, like just out of like actually the way in my head, I don't know where the thought came from. I was just like, I guess are conditioned to be like, get married, have children, whatever the case. And this, aside the conditioning, I genuinely want to get married and have children. But I was just like, so if that's not in the works for you, your life is done. Like it's the end. Yeah. Is it? No, it's not the end. So I told myself that the way I want to live my life is from my perspective of what's happening here. Let's be fully in here. And if it is for me, and if it does align, amazing, and we'll enjoy that. But I don't think I want to have a life where I feel like I'm just waiting. I'm either waiting or feeling like I'm trying to be somewhere that I'm really not in any way, whether it's in my content creation journey, in my business, whatever it is. I want to feel like I'm mostly present here. And if you are someone who maybe has been waiting for a really long time, and I know that can be so painful to really want something and not be able to get it. Even me, like maybe if I do, maybe it doesn't end up the way that I'm envisioning it, and I don't end up getting married and having kids. Of course, that's going to be painful, but I want to believe that I'll try my best to find the best of my life wherever I am in my journey.
That is so key to a fulfilling life. And I feel like I've experienced this most in my 30s and probably more in the last 1 year of my life. It's like you find yourself in a stage of, if you're waiting to get kids, it's like you're not living right now, because it's like your life is going to start when the kids come, or your kids are young and you're just like, oh my God, I can't wait for them to get older. Or you're a certain body size and you're like, now when I lose weight, that's when my life will start. And the farther and farther that goes, the more you are postponing life. Have that photo shoot now. Go on that holiday now, even though your child is due how old. Just like live where you are right now. And I think that's something that you do really well. Like I never look at your life and you're like, oh, I'm just waiting until I meet the guy, and then now when I meet him, now you're wait and see. No, what if you don't? What if you never lose the weight?
Can you imagine?
What if the baby never comes?
And assuming if we're going with the way my family works, I'm going to live a long time, right? So I mean, what are we gonna do?
Hello, Kikuis.
What are we going to do, sweetheart? It's like I don't want to have that life experience where maybe when I do get married and have kids, I'll be like, why did I not enjoy it? Why did I not just enjoy the peace of being alone, the freedom of being alone? I want to do my best to enjoy as much of now as I possibly can be. God, I hope God, imagine.
If what?
Like, I just don't. Like, and that's it.
That's fine. And then you just think, well, then I imagine you're in your 40s, now you're traveling. Oh, hey, babe. Oh, we can't shoot this week. I just decided to go to the Maldives. I'll see you guys next week.
Yeah.
That could be your life.
It could be.
I don't think that it's going to be, but it could be.
Yeah.
Okay, a comment from a king between a 5K squeeze. That name should tell you already. The comment is about sex. He said, we guys don't like eating poom poom. Bring your homegirl and we'll watch. And all this say basically just that I think men don't enjoy eating coochie. And Lydia disagrees because she's like, she has met men in the past.
No, even present.
Even in the present, who she says enjoy eating coochie.
The only reason why I would say enjoy is just
they do it well and they do it often.
often and with a certain passion.
But you see, maybe what they like is just seeing you excited, or they're just, men are always trying to prove a point when they have sex.
Yeah.
So I think that's what it is.
Okay.
Me, I just want to hear from other King Betweeners. Is it something you guys actually enjoy? Me personally, I enjoy giving blowjobs.
Yeah.
I find it fun.
I absolutely love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, to be honest, I feel like reciprocity. So, okay, oops, maybe you don't enjoy it that much, but you enjoy making me feel.
Exactly.
Did we not reach? Is the goal not met? The goal has been met.
There we are. There we are.
This is oh God, what have I done? Okay, so this is SW. This is the episode from What Are the Roles of Girlfriends? Something like
girlfriends, yeah.
Your arguments have left me confused when then what roles does a wife is supposed what role is a wife supposed
Start again.
Your arguments have left me confused then because there's no punctuation. No. Then what role does a wife supposed to play? That's why I have it written. So I'm just like, what am I reading wrong here? I know stones are going to be thrown my way, but I stand with girls should not play wife to men who haven't wifed them. How many men are you going to treat like a husband? Because I believe not all relationships automatically lead to marriage. If you give men all of these husband benefits, then what incentives would they need to put a ring on it when they're comfortable? That's why we have so many cases of come with say arrangements. Marriage is holy and so it should be treated as such. I don't think in that episode we said anything like, actually I think we were
this was what we were saying.
Yeah, I feel like most of the arguments we disagreed with the article that said like, this is what most of them were just like, what should this person do? I think that's what we said. And I feel it's like there's the role that a wife is going to play, but if it's like an escalated role of what is coming, what you've been doing as a girlfriend, so it's like it increases in intensity, so there's some overlapping at some point.
Especially if you're living together. Obviously there'll be some overlapping. But I remember something that you said in that episode where it's like, just because you're a girlfriend doesn't mean that there's a level of respect, of being treated well, of being communication you can expect that even as a girlfriend is the bare fucking minimum. It's not like, oh, now when you become a wife, that's when now he's going to start respecting you, he's going to start treating you nicely or whatever. There's like a bare minimum, which is like, even if you're in a come we stay, even if you're literally just chatting, even if you're in talking stage, there's a bare minimum. There's a bare minimum that you can expect, and I think that's the level that we should be calling people to. Faith Njoki left a comment and said, Wednesday is soul feeding day for me. I come straight here, then go to Red Table Talk with Jada, Willow and Gami. Wholesome conversations by women, for women and with women. One story at a time. Women, we are what the world needs. I love that.
I love
that so
nice.
much. There was something, someone was, we get this comment, I think, on every single episode. A lot of people who listen to us are younger than us. Like, I think from like 18 to 25 or something thereabout. And the comment which I love the most is people saying how, oh my God, this is exactly what I need as I'm starting life. I'm so glad I have this. I'm so glad we get to experience this. And sometimes it just makes me sad. I'm like, imagine where we could be if we had people speaking like this. And that's why we started the podcast, because we're like, these are conversations that younger us needed.
Oh my God.
Younger us needed. Even my sister, seeing Nelly be able to like appreciate the things we're talking about, it gives me so much joy, because I'm like, you see now, tumepitia. So you don't have to take yourself through those things as we have gone through them. Now just learn from what we are telling you.
It's true, yeah. And at the very least, be aware.
Because
your life, you're going to make your own mistakes, and then you're also going to maybe create another podcast about those different mistakes, you know? But I love that a lot of young girls are exposed to this, because we try our best to be responsible with our voice as well. So it makes me so proud as well. And if nothing else, the fact that my sister loves this, she loves TMI so much, gives me so much joy.
I love it too.
So this is Diana Amenya, who's saying, on the point of sexuality is fluid. What would be your reaction if your man tells you while they were exploring, they got it on with a man? We went all the way, having sex, etc. Would that be a deal breaker? Because how things work, women being with women is mostly seen as cute or sexy, and the man wouldn't care mostly. They'll probably be excited about it, but the same can't be said for men who have been with other men. Go.
I don't. Oh. I don't think I would have a problem with it because it depends, first of all, how long in the past was it? Was it truly exploratory, or was it like it's something that kept happening while feelings involved? Also, I feel like in situations where a man is with a woman, but really he's gay, it's more than just one thing. Like there are small things that you can pick up on that will tell you, actually, he doesn't want to be in this relationship. He wants to be with a man. So if there are those other small things, now that's what you'd start observing. And then that might tell you that there's a problem, that you are waiting, you're being someone's beard, and actually he wants to go and fuck a man out there. But if it literally was just that one situation back then, I don't think I would have a problem. And then also I think it's wrong for there to be that double standard. It's like, lesbianism is like, oh, it's so cute. Oh my God, you are kissing. I kissed a girl. Wait for a man to sing, I kissed a man and I liked it. Then there's a problem.
I used to definitely be so no, absolutely no. Like to me, it just didn't sit well.
Also, Lydia putting a finger in her man's bum. You grashed. But it's true. So you want him to enjoy those tendencies, but only when it's you.
I used to be like that quite a lot, but I guess because of the as you're saying, sexuality is fluid. I see things in a bit more of a flexible way than maybe I did before. I'm not, if let's say it's for me, it's like it's rare that it's just a one-time thing. That's the thing.
I doubt it.
That's the thing. It's rare that it's a one-time thing, and then that tends to be the problem, that actually somebody is just kind of gently telling you that this might be something to expect.
Exactly.
More than really, I'm just telling you about this one time that happened. Rarely do men who aren't rarely do men explore their sexuality in that way, just because of like a lot of the connotations that come, which I disagree with, by the way, but they rarely do. So usually if somebody has, it's usually not that one.
And also, you see, women we are generally very affectionate towards each other. Even the touching, the laughing, we are poking each other, whatever. So even when you think of a sexual experience between women, it doesn't feel so far out of like what you would imagine, even just in the ordinary. But for men, because they are not as affectionate, by the time it got to a whole sex, like, no, a lot must have happened. So definitely me, I would just want to do more probing and then just a bit of observation to just see where are things. Where are things? Where am I? Where are you? That's
where are we?
Where are we as in togetherness? Where are we? Jeez. Okay, jeez. So let's do a light one. Dorothy Mwirigi, you're saying, I love the conversations. If you do take feedback, please have small tables to place your glasses of water. It looks so off getting a glass of water from the floor.
So I saw that as well. Another feedback we got is to write our points in like plaques that say TMI.
Oh, 2023 so it's not just our phones.
But also a lot of like writing down.
And sometimes it's like questions we've asked you on Instagram. It's questions we've asked you. Maybe what we should do is get phone cases of TMI.
Ooh, cute.
We can do
Business
that.
idea.
Write that down, Nancy. Definitely. Anyway, thank you for the feedback. Initially, like when we first started shooting TMI, obviously we were in very different surroundings. So we used to have like a table, at least we used to be able to put here. But now because we shoot in like apartments, like this apartment we're shooting in, there's no small table.
And we work with what we have. Sometimes we can, sometimes we can't.
But now we should try to. I used to love having like at least a drink. I like the episodes where we have like a drink here or something.
I like that. I remember the sipping.
We sipped. Sipping we did.
Okay, so this is Albright Ofula who is saying Lydia and my previous partner broke up because of different political affiliations. He was Azimio while Lydia was UDA. So Lydia could not put up with someone supporting Azimio. Lydia, please, you need to mature up.
Ding, 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 ding. This has been solved. This is the reason why Lydia and her ex broke up.
I'm so glad that it's finally out there. It's been really difficult keeping like this secret because honestly, I am so politically driven. I also judge people based on who they support. So it just had to happen. He had to go
because of that.
And also, actually, this lady that's the lady, right?
Yeah,
Albright.
yeah. Albright.
They had put this comment in another one, but it didn't get as much attention.
Yeah.
Then
So
they came and put it in another one.
I'm
Really,
actually
guys?
struggling to see, is this actually something you believe, or was it a joke? Because
it's gotta be a joke.
How?
It's got to be a joke.
Age, are we, please?
Are we three?
Sexual pleasure knows no political affiliation.
Absolutely,
it doesn't know. Yeah. So this one is from a comment that I think it was the Jules episode about the heartbreak, and I had commented something about there are worse things to experience in marriage or in relationships than being cheated on. So someone said, Murugi, hi, what do you mean there are feelings worse than heartbreak even during marriage? Don't scare us. And I think that was in the context of I think people, what were we talking about? I think it was cheating, if I'm not wrong. And I remember in that moment saying that, so I can see why you would be scared about marriage. And let me tell you something, marriage is a bit scary, actually.
Yeah.
Committing your life, your entire life, to being with another human being forever, even though yes, there's things like divorce, but it's not as small a deal as like, oh guys, we broke up. It's like, it's a divorce.
Yeah.
There are definitely worse things than, oh, my man cheated on me in a relationship. There's neglect, as Lydia is always talking about, being there, and it's like, he's not cheating on you, he's there, but is he there?
But is he?
Neglect. There is loneliness that you feel maybe when you and your partner fall apart. Lately, I've been seeing lots of videos on Instagram about like when two people get together, you're at this point in your life, 32-year-old Lydia and 33-year-old, I don't know, Morioki, let's say.
Oh my God, that's my ex-boyfriend's name.
Have you dated all M's? Have you dated all M's?
No, he's one of the M's, but his second name was also an M.
Okay, so let's say, and I'm even scared to give any other name. Jeez, my God. Okay, fine. Mr.
If it starts with M.
Mr. M. Exactly. And this is, you guys have connected at this particular point in your life, but time changes things. Let's say tomorrow you get this big thing and you become super rich and like you go away and you go on tour and like your life just goes in a completely different direction because the decisions you're making right now are for right now.
Lydia,
and sometimes as people grow, you're able to grow together and you're able to adjust around each other, but sometimes you're not.
Actually, that is for me what I usually feel, and because of I feel like I grow quite a lot. I don't know how to explain it.
Right now, I think we are in a season of growth.
Yeah.
We are in a season of growth.
Yeah. So I feel like that scares me because you are growing. In fact, the lady, Kathleen Woodward Thomas, the lady who wrote Conscious Uncoupling, one of the things that she said was just that she's constantly working on herself. She's constantly growing. And then if your partner maybe isn't the same way, you can start seeing like a big gap, like slowly growing. And the more you discover about yourself, the more you discover what you like, what you don't like.
Yeah.
So then that might not even be your partner.
That's the thing. Yesterday, Zach and I were actually looking at pictures from like when just before we got married. There's like a selfie we took just before we got married, the day before we got married actually, and we're just looking at it. We're like, who are those people? We literally, I was just like, God. They literally look like completely different people.
Yeah.
And I was like, these people are going to go through a lot. They don't even know. I didn't even know I was going to be famous.
Yeah.
Zach didn't know that his career would take him where it's taken him. We wouldn't know that we would go through all the things we did. There was no Mukeni, there was no Mutana. It was just like, and lucky for us, I feel like our lives have been able to like grow together, being intentional. Because also, if your life is growing, but you're not being careful to like take your partner along with you and like involve them and see how can I make my growth comfortable for them as well. And like bring them along in the journey. You can really end up in a place where you're with this person who I love you, but I've outgrown you.
Yeah.
Or
and
they've
the person
outgrown
doesn't
you.
the other person doesn't want to.
Yeah.
They just don't want to.
They just don't want to.
What's wrong with the life right now? Like, why are you so aspiring? Why must we have all the millions? Like, my job is nice. Yeah. I'm fine.
Exactly. And honestly, there are some things, I know we talk about things that you should talk about before you get into a relationship or into a marriage, but there are things that just happen when you just go. Let's say your partner's parent dies and now they're in addiction, or they go through something like an accident and now they're in a wheelchair for the rest of their lives and you're a caretaker for them. Like, there are things in life that no one can be prepared for.
God,
that's definitely worse than someone cheating on you. I mean, I feel like that feels worse. Or even the situations that people always DM us about where you have 3 kids and you lost your job, so you have no money, you have no family to go to, and your man, who is an abuser, is the person who is taking care of you financially, and you feel trapped. That sounds worse also to me.
Right.
That sounds pretty bad.
Actually, yeah.
Like, it's not...
those situations I get quite a lot. Especially like, for example, it's like if you want to draw boundaries, someone said that I always talk about boundaries. If you want to draw boundaries with someone like that, who's like you're financially dependent on, it's, and then maybe they're saying, let's say you want to work, they're just like, so you don't trust me to take care of you. Now it becomes a them, it can be really difficult. Yeah, there are many things, by the way.
So many things.
So this is another somebody who's saying, Wangoi Grace saying, laugh my ass off, going through a breakup that really totally, this is on the episode of Unspoken Truths about the holidays. Going through a breakup that really totally drained me. I am just gonna deactivate Instagram and focus on my healing and growth. Thank God I don't have friends or family, so I won't feel any FOMO. Oh dear. But didn't know where that was going. But love and light to anyone going through the same. Oh gosh, that is so sad. No. First things first, I think I want to say this. One of the reasons why I was able to deal with the breakup in such a, I don't know, I find intention, therapy, whatever. But my family and friends, I would have absolutely died.
But you see now, I see where she's coming from in terms of your family and friends made it easier for you to go through that. There are people who don't have family and friends that they can rely on like that, who in fact when you're going through something, you're like, I need to not tell them I'm going through it because they are going to make it worse and be like, you see, we even told you, that guy, we just knew from the beginning. And then now it's like, it's worse on you. God. And I find that so unfortunate. This year I pray for you all that any toxic friend you have, any friend who is like your friend in person, but really is not your friend, I pray they are just excommunicated from your life this year.
For real.
I pray that
I'm
for all of us.
telling you, because a great support system, personally, I always say I am because of the people who I have. Like my family and friends are everything. They're everything to me.
I know, and that's so why grateful. That's why we I guess we are less likely to get into relationships that don't serve us because our cups are already filled on this other side. Yeah. My cup feels filled by my sisters and my parents and you and my friends and people who I love and people who I know love me. So it's not like you're just going to go and find love wherever it's available. You know,
I get your point. It's true. That's so cute how you said my family, my friends, you, my other friends. Like I stand alone. I stand alone.
You do. Okay, fine. There was someone called Ajay Egarevba. By the way, can I just shout out the people who watch TMI or listen to TMI and they're not Kenyans? I know that a lot of the things that we talk about are very Kenyan specific, but we really try our best. This is why we don't speak Swahili here. It's not because we can't speak Swahili. It's because we have a huge audience. Guys from
like do Swahili, Abu speak the rest in Swahili we try.
Ningependa kusema mimi na shukuru sana Oh, is that shukuru? Not appreciate.
It's me you're asking.
Oh, sorry. Tuna appreciate sana watu wenye wanatusikizanga kutoka nchi zingine zenye si Kenya. Kama Malawi, UK, Dubai, Qatar na
Zimbabwe, others. Caribbeans. Oh, I wasn't going to do it, but good try.
Bitch.
good. A for effort. Love it.
Yeah, anyway, so love you guys. So this person was saying, I don't even know if Ajay is a woman or a man. Oh, we don't even know. Anyway, so they were saying relationships are not mechanical. I think this was also the episode on heartbreaks. Relationships are not mechanical. Life is always a test. Put a pin in that. Empathy is supreme in a relationship, but most of all, we are there to help each other with our imperfections in a relationship. Don't know. Do not compare your relationship to that of another. Simply work on your own. Also, always remember to forgive your partner when they wrong you.
Many things.
There are a few things which are problematic there. I would say always remember to hold your partner accountable when they do something wrong. That's what I would say.
Because I think part of being in a healthy relationship is that the way someone needs to be responsible so that the way that they treat you doesn't affect you in a bad way. So if my job is to always forgive you when you do something wrong without holding you accountable, and I think you should forgive for sure. It takes a lot of forgiveness to be in a relationship anyway. But holding someone accountable so that this doesn't become a pattern. Because if it's just like, forgive, keep forgiving, and then that becomes the lifestyle.
For me, this is something that I remember our premarital counselor telling us, is that one thing that you need to have, especially in marriage, is giving your partner the benefit of the doubt. So just assuming that even if they have done something wrong, assuming that it was not done to hurt you.
Meanwhile...
Shut up. Okay, listen. Give them them the benefit of the doubt. So don't automatically, even if they are guilty and you know they are guilty, you even have pictures.
Are you saying this for the crowd?
I'm saying this for the crowd and even for myself, just to remind myself so I can act right. All right. It's just not necessarily just like letting it slide, but finding out so that you're not automatically assuming you're stupid, you did this to hurt me and you hate me and you want this to end. That's what you want, right? Yeah.
A lot.
So give a lot, right? So just give them the benefit of the
Yeah.
doubt and find out now what actually happened without it just being that they're guilty and you've already crucified them before you've even gotten the facts.
Yeah.
That's what
I think this is something I remember telling you, and I also would love to implement that in my future relationships. Okay.
No, even relationships with people, with friends.
Friends. Anyway, I think I told you it's just like there sometimes comes a juncture, maybe in a conversation or something like that with a partner where you just need to decide to believe them.
Yeah,
that's it.
Because you have nothing else.
You have nothing else, and I think sometimes we are unable to do that because obviously you're a human being. You're critical. You're analytical. So you want to really be like more into like getting in there. Like this doesn't make any. Sometimes you just have to believe. You decide. I believe what you have said, and we go to. That's it. Yeah.
Because now you don't have anything else. It's like now they have told you what they have told you. Now you've chosen, you don't believe it. What are you going to do?
So now
sit in the disbelief.
Yeah.
That's true.
And it's something which definitely requires practice.
Yeah.
But yeah, sometimes you just have to.
Yeah. Until now, at the point at which you're like, I can't keep believing what I feel is a lie.
Yeah.
And then you leave.
And also it's just like it's like consistent evidence completely scattered that doesn't make any sense. I mean, in situations where there's nothing to tell you that wasn't true or that it was true, so it's just literally believing what the person has said.
Absolutely. Graciela Mimi said, I love the way Murugi assures Lydia, you can't be an alcoholic. I just know. I love that kind of friendship. I want to go back on that. Lydia can't be an alcoholic. Absolutely. In fact, when I was reading that, I was like, I said that. I said, you can't be an alcoholic. She can, actually, because this is the thing. I feel like addiction, first of all, it's already in our genes.
We're 50%. We have a 50% chance.
More likely, exactly. So it's already in our genes. So it's very possible. Secondly, you don't know what kind of life circumstances someone could go through, which is now turns them into addiction.
Yeah.
The reason though why I feel like she's unlikely to become an alcoholic is because you love yourself a lot. Yeah. And you have a very high sense of like self-preservation, which is why people are uncomfortable about the fact that you bounced back from your breakup so quick.
Yeah.
Because for you, it's just like, okay, am I just going to stay suffering? You're not a suffering kind of person.
Yeah.
You're just not. And I think that's why you would not be able to just look at yourself diminishing and losing your career, losing your money, losing your family, just sitting there and you're losing it.
Yeah, I love that. So. I don't know, I would probably disagree with you. Yeah.
Please tell me now, because me on this podcast, you missed 2 episodes because you are drinking. You're out.
No, God. Yeah. I feel like my self-awareness sometimes does like, it's like, ooh, do you want to take a break? Would you like to like go a week and see if you still can?
Yeah.
You know, every so often we test ourselves.
Yeah, we're like,
listen, sweetheart. But I feel like the way I feel, like, you know, the capacity to feel that I have is a big. Yeah. It's a big capacity. So sometimes I feel like, wow, I think there are things that could happen to me that literally will just be like, fuck this, fuck you, fuck everyone, and literally just take a nosedive.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah?
Oh yeah, maybe things just get too much or whatever. Yeah. Me, I've already proven I have a capacity for addiction. Vaping. Who knows how? I've already proven that it's possible. It's just like, but drinking, I don't know.
First of all, me, honestly, with drinking is the hangover.
Yeah.
I absolutely am not fucking doing that.
And me...
Because when I'm hangover, after one hangover, I'll stay away from it for a while.
In fact, it's not even... Sometimes it's not even an actual hangover. It's just like, you know how when you've drunk, you really need a long sleep for everything to just like come out of your system. If you wake up too early the next day after drinking, it's just like... It's just confusing.
Yeah, like me today. Like, literally, I slept like 3 hours.
You can tell. In fact, let's just cut because you need to go take a nap. You need to go take a nap.
So this is just Jepesa Jepto. On the libido Jepto. Oh wow, both wrong. Wow, what are the chances? On the low libido question, I would advise them to watch Sex, Love and Goop on Netflix. It explains how we have different erotic types: energetic, sensual, sexual, kinky, and shapeshifter. Understanding how we enjoy sex differently understanding how we enjoy sex differently. Maybe they should understand their erotic styles. I didn't know that.
Wow. Or go to Beducated, because Beducated will give you that information as well.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Oh yeah, I want to learn that.
Yeah.
Which one are you?
Read them again.
Energetic, sensual, sexual, kinky, and shapeshifter.
First. Go slowly. Energetic.
Sorry, honey. Energetic, sensual.
Not that one.
Sexual, kinky, and shapeshifter. What the fuck is
I would say I'm kinky.
Oh yeah?
Kinky or energetic. One of those two for sure. You are definitely sensual and sexual. That's what I would say.
You think so?
Yeah. You don't seem that kinky.
You
don't seem that kinky.
No, I don't know. If necessarily that's what I lead with anyway.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking about
shapeshifter is probably like you can go in and out of the different ones. So depending on the partner that you're with or whatever.
Okay,
yeah,
I definitely feel I think sensual, sexual for sure. Yeah, because I'm thinking
kinky,
what like my sex life now.
Yeah,
I'm thinking what am I being?
Sensual, sexual.
Yeah,
right.
You think?
I think so. I don't know why I act like I'm there when she's having sex. I'm really not, guys. But
I don't know. Yeah, but yeah, those two.
Sexual.
Yeah.
I would say kinky first, then energetic.
Yeah.
Yep. Lois Wanjiku said, "Is it just me, or has anyone noticed that ads always kick in when Lydia is talking?"
Oh my!
I don't know. Beryl, have you noticed that? Do you?
It's Beryl.
It's her. I guess she doesn't like Lydia.
She doesn't like me. We always knew. We've always had
an
issue.
I mentioned that one to say that, guys, we earn money when you watch YouTube ads, and not to like ask you for anything more. We've already been begging you to subscribe. The number of comments that I had screenshotted about subscribing, someone saying, "Oh my God, I've been watching for a year and I haven't subscribed. I've just been lazy." Seriously, guys, like imagine if us one day we come on the podcast just like, "Hey guys, we don't have an episode today, man. We're just feeling lazy.
Yeah,
please meet us halfway."
She's begging.
We're begging. Just subscribe, guys, and then when the ad comes, watch the ad. Whenever when Nelly is sitting next to me watching TMI, when an ad comes, I'm like, let's see, are you skipping? Because you don't want my kids to eat, huh? You don't want my kids to eat. Just watch the ads,
please. Also, there's people who are always saying, in our comments, like, not me watching the whole ad so they can secure their bag. Plenty of you guys. So thank you so much. We're done?
I think we are done. Okay, fine. One last one. Patience Baraza said, "Please bring the games back. You gave me ideas for game nights. Please, they were so cool and fun and unique to your channel. Do you want to explain why we haven't done games in a minute?"
First of all, even the way we structure our set and stuff like that, we don't. Also, I don't care for them anymore. And also, remember how we used to stress about what games to play?
Me personally, I really miss them. I think that the big change came when we changed production teams and where we were producing. We used to sit like at a table.
Yeah.
So I feel like it used to be easy to do games like when we were there at a table. Here, it's like, what are we doing? And then also, it's really difficult to find games that translate as well on audio as they do on video.
That was one of
the biggest issue.
Things,
but if you guys, we can actually, Nancy, we can try and be researching games we can do. But usually at the end of the talking, we're always like, oh my God, I'm so tired.
I'm only willing to do this if you're like super passionate about it.
Yeah, I feel like I'm passionate about it.
I feel like
I am. Yeah.
If she's super passionate, guys, I'm more than willing to do it. Yeah. But I think I just stopped enjoying them.
Maybe we can do it.
Fun.
Maybe we can do it like once a month. Maybe because the games we were playing were not fun. There were times when
we ran out
of ideas.
Yeah.
We'll think about it and maybe commit to doing one a month, not like at every single episode.
I'm willing to do it for you guys. I absolutely will.
And we love a queen who just puts herself out there for the sake of others.
I will. Yeah. Also, by the way, guys, this is how we make decisions with TMI.
Yeah,
I feel this way. Are you really passionate about it?
Yeah.
Fine, we'll go with you.
Even episodes.
Yeah.
Jeez. Anyway, guys. So these are the things that In-Betweeners once said. This is literally just a tiny little snapshot.
Yeah, there are many positive. We didn't want to screenshot so many of the positive ones. We're just going to be sat here. I love you so much. We see them and they're 100. I think it's like maybe we're 98% positive and then the 2%. So we see you. We see those of you who are always encouraging us. Yeah. Those of you who are able to disagree without being hateful or mean or cruel. We see all of those. And I love those kind of when somebody comes out, they're just like, actually, I disagree. The way I see it is full stop. Not
Are you watching something? Oh, sorry. Even may keep hearing music.
Yeah. So we appreciate, and I think I love that we are creating an environment where people know that you can disagree without being hateful, without being mean, without projecting. And I would love what 2023 be that. Be that,
by
guys.
The way, guys.
Disagree or express yourself or don't relate to someone or relate to someone without having to drag them or judge them or, it would be great.
For example, the person who said, I don't find Lydia relatable anymore. How about saying, since Lydia's healing journey, I don't find that I can relate to her anymore.
Yeah.
Because you not being able to relate with her doesn't mean she's not relatable. I still relate to her.
Yeah.
So I feel like,
speaking from the eye.
Exactly. I don't find that I enjoy this kind of content versus this content is not enjoyable.
Stupid.
There's a difference. Yeah. And I think this is why whenever content creators come back, like give feedback about feedback they have gotten, people are like, when do you guys just want people to give positive feedback? It's not that at all.
Yeah.
Feedback can be given in a respectful and in a positive way without it affecting anybody's feelings.
Yeah.
By the way.
It can't. It absolutely can't. So thank you so much, guys. We love your feedback. I think we're gonna do this like maybe every so often, maybe after a few months, so that we are able to kind of communicate back and share and check in with you guys. So thank you so much for tuning into this episode. Remember to subscribe wherever you're listening to or watching. And we're gonna see you on the next episode. Bye.